Welcome back, everybody. Well, that time has come again. We are about to get started and connect these S250 MXV stereo amplifiers from the Dan D Agostino brand. If you haven't had a chance to watch my preliminary information about these amplifiers, please check out the video that I did earlier this week. Now, before I get going, you got to take a look at my website, jaysaudiolab.com. I have just uploaded a ton of stuff, okay? So there should be something for everyone out there, okay? From Mcintosh gear to esoteric, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So please be sure to check out my website, Jay's Audio Lab, if you are in the market for a good deal on a high-end used audio component. Momentum S250. As we know, these amplifiers currently put out 250 watts into 8 ohms, doubling down to 500 into 4 ohms, and then 1,000 into 2 ohms. Now, if you remember, I had a conversation with many of you as far as how to connect these amplifiers to my Sonus Faber SE17s. These can be tri-amplified, but we only have 2 amplifiers. So clearly, we're just gonna bi-amplify the speakers, okay? Which basically makes me use these jumpers that you see right here. Okay, these are the factory jumpers that the speakers come with, which I'd say they're pretty disappointing, okay, with what I heard through these. So I went out there and I bought the top of the line Sonus Omega jumpers. These are not cheap for jumpers, but you can see the quality of these jumpers in comparison to the stock factory jumpers. Now, I know some of you have been very vocal about the fact that, oh, why does it even matter, Jay? You're going to bi-amp them anyway, so you don't really need these things. Well, yes and no. Some folks may not want to do 4 amplifiers. They may want to just use a pair of monos, right? You're still going to need these. So I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't go all out and provided a better jumper. These jumpers, by the way, are already giving me issues. Okay, I'd say maybe 3 times since I've owned the speakers. So it's telling me that they're not even making the right contact. I don't trust them, which is why I'm going with these Sonus Omega jumpers, okay? So what we're gonna do right now is embark on connecting the S250 stereo amplifiers to the Sonus Faber SE17. So let me get started. And yes, as you can see on the floor, all of my cables are my cable line, authentic audio images, okay? This is what I roll with, okay? That is what I stand behind. And yeah, look at the quality of speaker cables that I also own. MIT that are $100,000. I got Sonus Omega speaker cables that are like $30,000. Okay, you see them, right? See them thrown around the room, and I'm still going with my cable line because when I went out there to find a great price performance proposition, I wanted to find a cable line that gave me a lot of performance for the money and that it didn't make me miss those ultra expensive cable brands that we all know by now, okay? Am I saying my cables are the best cable that money can buy? No, that's not what I'm saying. But when you hear my cables in your system, I promise you, you're gonna question the need to spend more money on cables. That's how excellent my cables are. So let's get going, let's get started. These are the Momentum's S250 stereo amplifiers, the MXV version, okay? They are in a beautiful black copper finish, which I prefer over the typical chrome mirror finish that we are all accustomed to. So what I need to do first is, before I get started, I need to go here and grab my other set of XLRs, okay? These are the XLRs that I'm gonna be using to feed the amplifiers. We need 2 sets of XLRs to feed 4 channels, okay? So that's why I need to connect this into the L1 preamplifier, okay? This is the CH position L1 preamplifier. We're gonna use this one for the time being because it's been in the rack for some time, so I figure it's the easiest thing to do. All right, so we are going right here. So we have 2 sets of XLRs, as you can see. 1, 2, 4 channels. All right, so we're feeding 4 channels to the speakers. So we need 4 channels for the amplifier coming from the preamplifier. All right. Now this cable, the second set of XLRs, this is my top new unreleased flagship. This is the Extremo model. So we're going to connect this for the highs, for the high frequency in the mids. All right, so we have connected all of that. Here's my Extremo, the new model that hasn't been released, okay? And that's going to be taking over this channel. And we're going to try this in multiple ways, but for now, I just want to get a feel for these amplifiers. Ideally, I want a socket of some sort to really tighten these and clamp down on the spades, but it's okay, I'll do that. This is just for video purposes right now. Now working on the other amplifier. Amplifier number 2. Kind of don't like the fact that these things are a little too tight. Not really a good design here. I feel like this is way too tight. I mean, this is really, they should allow you to do banana connections here. This is not really, I'm not feeling this connection at all for the time being, but. So now that we have the high frequencies, the highs and the mids, I'm going to focus on the lows, okay? So for the lows, because I don't have a long, authentic audio image speaker cable, I'm going to use my only long run here, which happens to be the Sonus Omega. I'm going to use the Omega for the bass, for the 10-inch woofers and the side-firing woofer, okay? So we're going to use that one for the lows for the time being. All right, so now I'm going to connect the bass section, bass amplification, with the Omega speaker cables. As I said, I don't have a cable run that's long enough. This, again, I'm going to repeat myself. Ideally, I should be tightening these with a socket of some sort. All right. Again, I'll say it again. I don't like the way this is laid out. This is way too close, in my opinion. Doesn't give you a lot of space to work with. All right, so let's move to the speaker. So now we're connecting the highs and mids. All right. I love these binding posts. Hate the jumpers though. But I love the binding post to the speaker. It's not tight enough, but I'll try to tighten it as much as I can. All right. So now we're going to do the other part. These right now are the low frequencies. Sonus to the rescue, huh? This is the longest cable I have right now. This is about 2.5 meters. Make sure everything's tight. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Sonus jumpers that I mentioned. So what we're doing right now is plugging in here, like that. I'm going to tighten this up real good so it doesn't pull out at all by you. It's supposed to be really tight. All right. And now, see, we're going into the other set of drivers, which would be like the 10-inch woofers in the front of the speaker. So that's what that looks like. Do the same thing on this end. Pretty flexible, believe it or not, these jumpers. They work quite well. Look. All right, so now that's what the connections should be. We're bi-amping the speaker, and the third channel, the third amplification, we're using these jumpers. Okay, let's move on to the next speaker. We're now on the second speaker, the right speaker. And then So the highs and the mids are connected, and now we're going to do the lows. And now we do the jumper. Good to go. Let's move back to the amps. And now we are doing the power cords on the back of the amplifiers. I am using my Authentic Audio Image Assoluto power cord. So let's feed them some power. By the way, in case you are wondering, are the amplifiers on the floor? No, they're not. I got them on some footers, special footers that absorb all the vibration. So both of them are plugged in. We're going to turn them on now. There they are, beautiful green lights. Take a look. Gorgeous looking things. Love the look, like I said. All right, so now we're going to listen to some music. I'm using the Tyco Extreme Music Server and, of course, a CH Precision preamplifier. Let's see what this sounds like. Wow.
You live all your days according to his way. Oh, Mary.
Outstanding.
Never show your true face, pretending high grade.
Check out the gauges on the amplifier, how they move.
What good is your crown with your heart on the ground? Oh, Mary. Oh, God save the Queen with the throne made of stone. Long live the Queen with a life not her own. You pray for warm, it gets colder. And when you feel weak, the king
Interesting.
gets older.
All right, so let me give you my commentary. All right, so my commentary right now is from a start, okay? I have not let the amplifiers warm up. You know they need to be on for some time before I begin to give you my critique of the sound. But right now, I mean, damn. I'm being put on the spot. I put myself on the spot. From a dead cold start, I feel like the Mac 901s handle those speakers better. Right now. Okay? All I did was place the amplifiers on my isolators, bi-amp the speakers, and yeah, I'm not as impressed as I thought I was gonna be. However, I gotta say this before you start creating narratives on the forums and sending these links to this video to your friends. Okay, I gotta say this. This is a cold set of amplifiers. We know it's a solid state amplifier. It's gonna take time for it to settle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the amps running for the next 24 hours with music in the back, and come back to you with more of my findings, okay? If you have enjoyed this type of content and you want me to do more videos like it, I'm trying to switch it up some. I'm trying to make it more entertaining, a little more intuitive, engaging. Please comment in the section below. Let me know your thoughts. I want to hear from each and every one of you. And of course, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Doing that for this video, subscribing and liking this video will let me know that, yes, Jay, we want more of this, exactly what you did on this video. If I see this, I'm gonna make more fun stuff like this, okay? So please don't forget to check out my website, jaysaudiolab.com, for great deals on used high-end audio equipment. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Let me keep listening now.
You live all your days according to his way.